For the late night shift, the gangs unit moves to Mitchell's Plain, quietly. They're acting on a tip-off, a suspected drug den. No arrests this time, just making their presence felt in this battle for control of the street.
People must feel safe and be safe. And that is what we want to do. We want children to play in the streets. We want children to walk the streets. We want women to walk the streets. Unfortunately, this is not what is happening. And gangs, unfortunately, play a critical role when it comes to that.
Instead, both are all too often exposed to the darker sides of life in this township.
Lady, how can you let the people use drugs and stuff here? She's already using and almost 100 people in this house.
At the next house, officers find what they're looking for. No wonder this line of work can still appeal in areas where generations of families are out of work. And despite the risks, youngsters are still easily drawn in.
I think it's better to be part of them, because if you're going to work that side and they shoot you, tomorrow you're going to think, I'm also going to take the gun and shoot them.
It's been the same story for decades. In many cases, the same people pull the strings. This is RASHID STACCI, one of the most notorious gangsters in Cape Town, and along with his twin brother, the undisputed king in the late 1990s of an extensive network, even providing limited public services in return for loyalty. He is in prison, but soon to be released. Those networks still exist. We met Mario WANZA, a youth hostel owner who tries to provide some sort of alternative. He says the state has for years failed to fill that gap.
So the police are not helping the situation. But the biggest culprits are the politicians. They know what they are doing is wrong. They know that they are not serving the interests of the people, but they are shutting their mouths. They are rather asking people to vote for them instead of acknowledging that South Africa is bleeding, that South Africa is in crisis, that South Africa needs change.
And the police can't do that.
The provincial government believes the police could do more if drastic measures were taken.
So what you need to do is to bring in the army as a pacification unit. That is what they call them in Rio, a pacification unit that comes in and calms the place down so that the police can do their job.
The cops we spoke to don't like that idea, but don't dispute that little is improving.
Before I joined the police service, there was gang violence on the Cape Flats. And I think long after my retirement, there will still be gang violence on Cape Town. I think what we are doing, we are trying to curb the incidence of gang violence on the Cape Flats, and I must say, up to this stage, we have succeeded.
Moving, guys.
The final stop, a vehicle search. Its passengers suspected prostitutes. Yet another symptom of a gang's culture deeply instilled into everyday life. The gangs unit patrol the front line, but longer-term solutions still appear to be lacking. Henderson, CCTV, Cape Town, South Africa.